Hello students, as we started the lesson minerals and mining and continued the chapter up to the mineral resources of Telangana state. So today in this class we are continuing the chapter with the title of the mineral resources of Telangana. Mineral resources of Telangana, our state geographically completely covered with the different types of the objects like the deciduous forests and the regions which are covered with the Deccan Plateau in region where the state is available, the Deccan Plateau region, the plateau which stands here. Several activities we can know by our state minerals where it was in largely covered or minorly covered, that we can see. Our state with a varied global geological base has a rich and wide variety of the minerals suitable for the specific mineral industries. Telangana state is a house of the various minerals, especially coal, iron, ore, limestone, dolomite, manganese, quartz, feldspar, clays and barytes, uranium, black and color granite, marble, etc. These all the minerals are available in the Telangana, which is immensely large compared to other states, where Telangana has also major amount of the mineral resources. The state is endowed with a number of scattered medium grade iron ore and deposits in the Bayaram reservoir forest and float iron deposits in revenue and patta lands of the Mahbubabad district and low grade scattered iron ore deposits in the Peddapalli and Manchiryala districts. Vast limestone deposits are being mined by the cement industries in the Nalgonda, Vikarabad, Peddapalli and Manchiryala districts. The tan brown granite deposit in Karimnagar district is unique and being exported on a large scale by the private sector, and depending upon the proportion of the reddish brown marble is mostly exported to China and Southeast Asian countries. So these are the minerals. With such minerals, what things are preparing into the different objects that we are exporting to the several countries also, like East Asian countries and China. These are the things which we are largely producing, where the other countries cannot receive. To that countries also we are exporting the products which we are producing by making minerals. The Thunder Blue limestone slab and Shabad stone used for the flooring is famous in the South India and is available in the Vikarabad district. Uranium deposits are found with the estimated reserve of 11 million tons in the Lambapur and Pulicharla, Nammapuram and Yellapuram villages of the Nalgonda district. Telangana is the only state in the entire southern India that contains vast deposits of the coal and is being mined by the Singareni Collieries Company Limited, a public sector unit. Look at the mineral map of India. District mineral. Fill this table district, and in that district which minerals are located, which minerals are available in that district, that you have to mention, which are 4 columns are mentioned here. Mining the minerals can be extracted out for use by the human through the process of the mining of the digging the earth. There are several ways of the mining. we can just make a large pit and keep extracting the minerals. We can blast and remove granites, barytes, etc. This is called the open cast mining. What is called the open cast mining? It might be asked as a 2 marks question. Open cast mining is that minerals can be extracted out for use by humans through the process of the mining or digging the earth. There are several ways of the mining. We can just make a large pit and keep extracting the minerals. We can blast and remove the granites, barytes, etc. This is called open cast mining. We can build the underground tunnels to mine minerals that lie very deep. This is called the underground mining, which means suppose mining is available on this area. So after digging this portion, if we get coal mines, coal if we are getting, which means just blasting this area and collecting coal is the open cast mining. And underground or in the coal mines, in the mine there is a coal, which means blasting this area, which is also hazardous. So that is also underground mining. Open cast mining is above the earth, underground mining is under the mines only, so that we can understand here. Just as we use a well or drill a borewell to get the mineral water, we can drive very deep tube wells to get the crude oil or the natural gas. In many places this is done by the drilling into the seabed, like in the Bombay High near the Mumbai. Most of the mining practices result in the distributing the surface area. It means cutting down forests and destroying the fields and habitations, creating large pits or mouths. Mines also need large amount of the water to wash the minerals. This results in the polluting the nearby rivers and water sources. This usually means that older use of the land and cannot be continued, and farmers or tribal people have to leave the land. Even the people who live nearby the face problems and created by the mining. At the same time, mining employs a large number of the people who come to live in nearby areas and built new township. It does provides livelihoods for the nearby the 10 lakh people in the India and over 1 lakh people in Telangana. The work of the mineral is also very hazardous, as they are constantly exposed to accidents apart from the inhaling and poisonous substances which cause long-term health damage to the mining workers. See here it is saying that in coal mines where the mining in coal mines where the people are working in the inside of the earth, as which is considered as the main type of the mine, while the working, while the digging, while the blasting, while the using different types of the fuels, it was very hazardous to that people. To the miners, it was very hazardous. Sometimes we may see in the news channels coal miners, while the mining in the mines, when dirt will fall on them, they will trap inside the coal and it will be picked out. It will be removed out to that person. It was a long time health damage to the coal miners. So different activities can depend here on the coal miners. Coal miners has to face a lot of amount of the problems which we can see. Like example, to whom do the minerals belongs? To whom do the minerals belongs? Minerals belongs to the people only, like some mineral, but here the minerals are evicted, minerals are reserved by the government. Minerals usually occur deep in the earth. They in fact do not belong to any particular owner, but belong to all the people of the country and have to be used in the everyone's interest. That is why all the minerals wealth of a state is considered the property of the government. The government uses the minerals keeping in mind the interest of all the people of the country. So here minerals are belonging to none. The minerals are belonging to the people of the country. The people can utilize in a undamageable manner, where the minerals are, where we are utilizing mineral without damaging the nature. In such aspects we have to use the minerals. At the same time, at the time of the independence, mines were mostly owned by the, operated by the private owners and companies. They were interested only in the extracting as much as profit possible in the short time, and did not care for the proper development of the mines or about the safety of the workers. In the 1970s, the government took over all the mines. It owned and operated most of the mines and sold the minerals to the various factories or traders or exported them. In this way, it was able to control the extent of the mining, so that there is no over exploitation or use of the methods which were dangerous or harmful to the people, especially the workers. It could also ensure that the important minerals like fuels, precious metals, etc. were mined for the public benefit and were not under the control of the private companies, which only cared for the increasing their profits. However, the government was not able to bring in new and more sophisticated technologies for mining. It was not able to survey and find out about new deposits of minerals. Thus, production of the minerals stagnated. It was therefore felt that is necessary for government to allow private companies to mine minerals and sell them subject to the regulation and control of the government. A new national mineral policy was announced in the 1993. A new national mineral policy was announced in which year? In 1993, and the government allowed private companies to lease mines and operate them. The companies were to pay a royalty to the government for the minerals they extracted and sold. In this way, the government could retain the regularly control over the mining, good income from them, and at the same time encourage private companies to invest money and bring in new technologies. However, the government continue to control mining of all the mineral relating to the atomic energy. So basically what was happened here, which means minerals were operated by the several people before, and they just operated minerals, minings and the precious metal like gold mines, such these are the mines also operated by the people, and just they operated for their benefits only. They were not cared about the nature, they were not cared about the others. So this was the issue. And here what was happened in 1970, the government took over all the mines. In 1970, the mines are taken under the custody of government. In 1993, National Mineral Policy was announced, and as a result of this policy, there has been a boom in the mining. During the last 25 years, there has been a major increase in the number of the mines, the minerals mined, and the employment in the mining sector. On the other hand, there has also been uncontrolled mining by the private companies for in excess of the permits given to them, and they have completely disregard for the environmental and safety measures. Excess mining means that more quantity of the mineral is mined than in the sustainable in a long term. It also means that the minerals are taken away by companies without paying the royalty to the government. Thus, the people whom the minerals really belong do not get anything. It can also be environmentally very harmful. For the example, when more sand is mined from riverbeds, it can affect the flow of the rivers, causing the flooding and early drying up. Similarly, the new mining companies do not want to do underground minings as it costs more money, and instead prefer open cast mining. This is a much cheaper way of the mining, but unless the pit and the mound of the rubble which is created is properly disposed of, it can be create serious environmental problems like cooking or rivers, which means the damage of the nature cannot be accepted. Meanwhile, when the minings are continued, in the continuation period of the minings, the mining operating authorities can be take care of the nature and take care of the water bodies. Or if suppose the mine, their profit cannot be by carrying only their profit, neglecting the nature and others' lives, it is dangerous, and such laws are prepared towards of the mining industries, and it was continued under the coverage. Singareni coalfields, we will continue in the next session of the online class. You have to prepare some 1 mark questions of this lesson and continue the writing, improve your learning questions in your fair note. Thank you.